Good morning, everyone. We're going to continue our intro to Modern Classroom by going over a few more classroom expectations. On your notes, you'll see that there are 3 areas for you to write in. You're going to have to identify my cell phone policy. You're going to be talking about what it looks like when we work with others, and then what is self-pacing. Before we begin that, if you have not done your agenda or your do now, you need to pause the video now and get those done. All right, so now we have our notes here. In the space where it says lesson objective, right down here, you're going to put this sentence into that space. Students will explain classroom expectations in order to be successful in this class. Please pause the video and write that in that box. All right, cell phone policy. This is not just my cell phone policy. This is the school's cell phone policy. It is the district's cell phone policy. Cell phones are to be in your pocket or your locker at all times. My rule is if I see it or hear it, I'm going to take it. If your phone becomes a distraction to yourself or others, I will take it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Cell phones need to be away. If you need Google Translate, we now have computers, so you can use Google Translate on your computer. Key idea number 2, our second spot in our notes, working with others. Know that during Modern Classroom, you will be moving around the classroom based on their progress through the lessons, okay? That's why the seats are arranged in groups of 5, groups of 3, and individually. You can work with other people while you're working on notes and your practice assignments. However, you are not allowed to work with anyone during your mastery checks. Those are independent work because I'm checking to see what you learned from the lesson. And then lastly, self-pacing. This is going to look different for each person, okay? Some people need more time to understand material, and that's fine. Everyone's going to be working at a different pace in here, and some people will be on different lessons. It's okay. Just remember, lessons do close. When we get to the end of a unit, whatever lessons we had in the previous unit are going to be closed forever. You don't get to make those up. So when I give you a deadline, you need to be able to either catch up or come to me for help, okay? This means that you cannot take forever to complete a lesson, okay? If you're gonna plan to just stay on lesson 1 the whole entire time and say, well, I don't get it, that's not good enough. You need to get help, all right? If you're struggling, work with a peer to get help. You're allowed to work with a partner. You're allowed to look at our public tracker at the front of the board, at the front of the classroom to see who is on what lesson so you can ask them for help if you need to. And then ask me for help. If no one in the room can help you and you still can't move forward, ask for help from me so we can get one-on-one work, okay? I'm going to have 2 different types of deadlines in this class. We have hard deadlines and soft deadlines. Hard deadlines are when we have a quiz or a test. Those are non-negotiable. When I set them, that's the day we're taking them. So if you are behind pace, you are probably going to be missing some stuff on the quiz or test. Soft deadlines are when I'm going to be telling you like when we should be around the same lesson, okay? So if I were to say our soft deadline for next week would be you need to be by lesson 3 by Friday next week. That is a soft deadline. That's the goal that you need to try to get to, but if you can't get there, that's fine. You just have to work harder the following week. Okay, an example of what self-pacing could look like. Even though we might be on different lessons, we're all going to be in the same unit. So if you look here, this will be posted on the board every day, okay? So this is showing like lesson 0.1. It says due today. That's the lesson we're going to be doing today. That means that Diane and Sue are on pace right now. If you look, Jim, it says catching up for Jim. He is a little bit behind. He needs to catch up. So that's like his cue to see like, hey, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I need to work faster, okay? And if you look at Sally, John, and Liz, they're actually ahead of pace, which is fine. Okay, those students might be working a little bit faster than others, might be understanding the material a little bit faster than others, and that's perfectly fine. That's what this is going to look like. So if Jim was struggling with lesson 0, he could probably ask Sally for help. Okay. John and Liz, since they're ahead of everybody else, they're probably going to be working together on lesson 1.4. Okay. Modern Classroom is pretty cool because you can be flexible with this, okay? Lessons do close. So look down here at the bottom. When they close, they're closed forever. So it is important that you try to stay on pace as much as possible. You can always do your notes and practice assignments outside of class. So if you get to after the lesson video and you've done your notes and we run out of time in class and you're starting the practice assignment, you can take that home and complete it. That does not have to just stay in class. The only thing that you can do in class are the lesson videos and the mastery checks. I hope this helps you understand Modern Classroom a little bit. We're going to be working together because this is new for me. This is going to be new for you. We're going to try and find what works best for everyone. Have fun.